Hey everybody, what's up? What's up? Anthony here, and welcome to tonight's Success Connection. Super excited to have all of you guys here tonight and joining us for what is our first Success Connection of the new year. So hopefully all of you are already having a great 2024 and finding yourselves sticking to all of those, you know, things you promised yourself you were going to do this year, right? I will tell you, obviously last week I was unable to be here, which was very rare. I think I can count on one hand how many times in 8 years that I've actually missed this, and that's because, of course, during the holidays we're around everybody that had the flu and COVID, and so with two little kids, obviously we end up with you know with this stuff now. So I've always stayed really healthy, never really had never really had any issues, and now you have kids and it's like the sickness is all around you. So and then ironically last night, and the reason my camera is not on because I know you guys are used to me turning on my camera, and 8 years of kind of the same thing. Anytime I don't turn it on, I know I need to explain. But I spent last night in the emergency room with my mom. She has diverticulitis, which is a um, inflammation, um, infection, if you will, in the colon, and it's something that unfortunately, when it flares up, if you just never really know if it's going to be the time that it kills you if you don't go to the hospital with it. And so she's had it for a few days, and just as you know, with you know with me, I try to explain to you everything, especially if I'm off my norm. But she, her medication's not working, and causing more side effects. So I went to the ER with her, and we got her, got her back, I think, back on track. But I arrived there. I left my house at 10:10 last night, and I arrived back at my house this morning, I think around, it was like 9:14 something. I've lost track of the just everything. So long night and very long day, and so I'm completely beat. So I will be probably going straight to bed after after this, just to catch up on my rest and try to get back on track for tomorrow. But more importantly, tonight we have the ability to let you guys join one of the two programs that we talked about at the end of last year that we were going to really, turn to this year, that are very similar to the ERC program, right? Um, that's kind of always the thing that that I that I that I try to make sure that we model, because we had so much success with it, right? I mean, almost $400 million in revenue. Probably will be over 400 million once they, prove some more of these deals. $400 million in revenue, and millions of dollars sent back into our community. So I've been looking for what is the next thing, what is the next ERC, and not only what is the next ERC, but what is one that will give us recurring commissions instead of just one-time commissions, but also what is one that is here to, for a while, right? Whereas with the ERC, I think we had roughly a year or so to really dive into that. And so I told you guys I had located two. The best one by far is the FICA Save program that I explained to you guys I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I explained to you how this is a program that, and luckily I've got a guest on with us that's going to come on in just a minute and talk and share with you how this works, kind of what the basis of the program is, and then also we're going to let you sign up to be affiliates. We're going to like kick this thing off and get it started. So you're going to be able to sign up, get into the affiliate program, and really, start to do this immediately. But the basis of this, and what I like about this is that you're getting paid recurring commissions. The company and the employee are both going to make money on this. Employees gonna save some money on their check, and the company is obviously going to save some money on their taxes. So it's a win-win for pretty much all companies to do this. And I think once Logan explains to you why this works so well and kind of some of their early, I think early results, you know, from companies signing up for this, I think you guys are going to be really excited about it. When I did the math on our ERC program and kind of how much revenue we've generated based on the, you know, what we think companies get per employee, very, conservative with it. I mean, we have a couple 100,000 employees that are signed, in these companies that got approved for ERC uh, credits through you guys. But there were probably 200,000-300,000 more employees in companies that did not get approved for ERC for most of the reasons because they already had it. Like somebody else had already given them, the ERC stuff before you guys sent them in as a lead. And so that means we're probably connected to over 500,000 employees between all the businesses that you've spoken to about ERC in the last really year, right? So those businesses are not going to have this. There's everybody in the affiliate space really jumped onto I think it's SETC, right? Like basically the 1099 subcontractor, quote unquote ERC program, right? The program is very similar, but for subcontractors, which I told you guys about a couple of weeks ago, right? That's where everybody moved to because that's the easiest thing. That's the path of least resistance and it's quick money. I want to kind of move us into this FICA Save program first because it's long term and it's relatively easy and quick money, but it's long term and it's recurring, right? So what I'm going to do tonight is two things. One, Logan is going to come on and give you a brief overview of this and kind of walk you through the affiliate panel, what it looks like, and then also how you would submit a business over to them to get them started with a consultation on being a part of this program, right? And then number two is when he's finished, I am actually going to give you the link. You can see right here it says join the FICA Save affiliate program. I've got it here. I'm going to put the link in, and all of you that are with us tonight are going to be able to sign up for the FICA Save program. How many excited about that? Yes? All right, I see lots and lots of yeses in the chat box. Very good. I know you guys have been waiting for this. We've been waiting for it. We just wanted to make sure we did it right, and I think we're ready. So Logan, you want to unmute yourself? And so guys, Logan is not, most everybody uses Zoom, so he had to download GoTo and all this stuff just to get on here. So old school stuff, but it works great for us. Logan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Very good. I'm glad to take you back 10, 20 years in technology and drop you on GoToWebinar and take you off of all these awesome Zoom meetings that you do. I'm old school with this because, man, we've been doing this webinar with my students for, I think it's a little, April will be 8 or 9 years, always on GoToWebinar, and I just can't make myself change. So,
hey, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It seems to work, so I said, might as well keep it. So what we'll do is I'll make you the presenter here, and I'll let you kind of kick things off. There we go. And yeah, you can kind of, so guys, he's got like a presentation that kind of explains this, and we'll run through it. So yeah, go ahead and just kind of run through the basics of it, and then we'll kind of, for those of you that just, it's too much detail, right, and too in the weeds, don't worry, we'll just give you a quick overview. And I want you to all remember, you're not selling all the details of this because someone else does that for you. So don't get overwhelmed with it. Like we talked about with the RC, there will be 2 or 3 key bullet points you tell a business owner. Then our team, or Logan's team, their team, will actually tell them all these details. But we want you to know, as much as you can about the program. So yeah, you can go ahead and kind of get started on it.
Cool, sounds good. So the opportunity at hand is being able to put more money in business owners' pockets and also their employees' pockets. It's a very interesting, unique, and lucrative opportunity that we have here. I'm excited to show you all today. So basically what I'm going to ask you is, like, what if there was a no out-of-pocket cost program that could help business owners save $700, $800 per employee that they have on payroll, plus give their employees a 4 to 6% net increase in pay and additional medical benefits. The question is, do you think that they would be interested in that? The answer is obviously yes. So I could go to an employer, you could go to an employer, everyone that's watching this today, you could talk to someone, let's say they have 100 employees. If I find out they have 100 employees, I could say, would you be interested in saving $70,000 to $80,000 on your taxes per year and giving your employees some extra benefits? Like that's the question that we can pose to business owners. And obviously they're going to say yes. So very similar premise to ERC in the sense that we're putting money in the business owners' pockets, but to take it even further, to make it even sweeter, we're also helping their employees, and then you also win as the referral partner that's introducing these businesses to this program. So I'll briefly talk about how all of this is possible. So business owners, employers pay FICA taxes. It's a payroll tax. Both the employer and the employee pay FICA taxes. It's 7.65% for the business owner, 7.65% for their employees. If you guys are W-2 employees, you probably understand that pain. If you've ever owned a business with W-2 employees, you're definitely going to know that pain. So this is something that, again, all business owners pay. You cannot eliminate the FICA taxes, but you can reduce the FICA taxes through a Section 125 program, and that's what we're talking about today. So specifically in the Affordable Care Act, which is, it's been around since 2010. It was passed by Obama. This was passed by, it was passed during Obama's term by Congress. And within the Affordable Care Act, specifically in 2015, they added this tax code, this tax provision in here that states if an employee engages in medical care benefits offered through a Section 125 program, which is an insurance product, that employee will receive a $1,000 claim payment. And that claim payment, what it does is it essentially offsets the FICA taxes for the business owner and for the employee. So the business owner will end up saving $700 to $800 per employee that they have on payroll on an annual basis. And then the employee will get a 4 to 6% net increase in their take-home pay. So the company that created this program is called Innovative Health Insurance Advisors. They've been in business for 10 plus years. They're a very large TPA, a third-party administrator of group health insurance plans. They're actually the nation's largest provider of ACA compliant plans in the nation. So it's, big company, and they saw that this type of product was necessary in the economy because a lot of businesses, they're struggling with recruitment, they're struggling with retention, they're struggling with their revenue, and this program addresses all those problems. When you're able to provide your employees 4 to 6% increase in pay, that helps with recruitment and retention. When you're able to provide the medical benefits, that helps with recruitment and retention. And then when you as the business owner are saving $700 to $800 per employee that you have on payroll, that helps your bottom line and your revenue. So technically, Encompassing Health is a fully insured Section 125 fixed indemnity program. That's like the technical term. It does not disrupt or replace anything that a business has going on. So a business could offer its Blue Cross, Blue Shield, corporate medical plans, and this is just something that sits alongside and is additional benefits. So there's never a subtraction, there's never a change. It's only additional benefits when a business decides to take advantage of Encompassing Health. It's a pure enhancement. It's just pure upside for the business. And the beautiful thing is this is 100% compliant, approved by the Department of Insurance, and there's an A+ rated carrier that's backing this program, so there's no risk to the employer. So employees will get access to medical benefits. Technically, if any of you guys were like an IRS agent, I would say, look, this is a health benefits program, and the byproduct is FICA tax savings. Because the reason why Congress put the Affordable Care Act into motion and they created these specific tax codes that state the employee can get that $1,000 claim payment, which is kind of like a tax credit. The reason why this exists is because there's so much pressure on the healthcare system, and the government is spending $4.3 trillion per year on the healthcare system. So they want to alleviate financial pressure by focusing on preventative medicine, because if you take preventative measures, you stop diseases before they become diseases, or at least that's the thesis, which, the government, they could chill out this $1,000 claim payment, if you will, that kind of tax credit, which then for every $1 they spend on a claim payment, that could save them $10 or $100 in hospital fees because people are no longer, sick because they stopped a disease before it became a disease. So the government is a business, and they make, they try to make smart financial decisions. And so again, the reason why this opportunity exists is because the government wants to have employers get their employees involved and engaged in healthcare benefits, and the byproduct is that FICA tax savings. So again, if there was an IRS agent on here, I'd say, look, this is a health insurance product that's leveraging tax code and the Affordable Care Act to compliantly reduce the FICA spend for employers and give the employees a net increase. But all of this is possible because the employees are engaging in those medical care benefits. So here's a real world example of a business that is on the Encompassing Health program. We've got 659 employees, and they're saving $493,000 per year in FICA taxes. Here's another, this is an example of what they're saving on a biweekly basis. So you've got the company gross savings, $31,000. The admin fee, which is what Innovative Health Insurance Advisors takes, is $12,000. So that $12,000 comes out of the $31,000 in gross savings. So it's kind of like if I handed you a $100 bill and told you, Anthony, hey, you got to give me $10 out this. I'm pretty sure you would do that 10 times out of 10, right? Because it's not costing you anything. You are simply paying me money back out of the money that I just gave you. So that's essentially what's going on here is we put $31,000 in your pocket, Mr. Employer, and out that $31,000, you give us $12,000. So that brings your net savings to $18,000 every time that you run payroll. Here's another example. This business with 2,600 plus employees, saving $2 million per year, but every time that they run payroll, they're saving $63,000 as their gross savings, admin fee $24,000, and the net savings is $39,000. So instead of giving this $39,000 to Uncle Sam, they get to put that right in their pocket. That's straight to their bottom line, increasing their EBITDA, which also increases the valuation of their business. So there are a lot of different angles to approach this as far as like why it's attractive to employers, but you can just kind of focus on those 3 R's if we go back to this slide: recruitment, retention, and revenue. So that is really what's going on here. We're helping employers save $700 to $800 per employee that they have on payroll, plus giving their employees a 4 to 6% net increase in pay, and they have access to medical benefits. Nothing has to change in the business, doesn't disrupt, replace any of the medical benefits, or if a business doesn't have any type of medical benefits for their employees, this now becomes their medical benefits. So there's literally no reason for an employer to say no to this program. It's fully compliant, operating per the IRS guidelines. It's backed and insured by an A+ rated carrier, and there's just pure upside benefits. So now I'm going to show you quickly our affiliate dashboard and what we've built out from a. Go ahead.
But just before we do that, just so we kind of break down, because it's even when you and I went over it the first time, I was like, oh, I don't understand all this insurance stuff. Let's just give them like and I think there were some percentages, but I can't remember what they were specifically. I think there might have even been on the first slide, but on average, what's really happening here, and what's the reason why this works is essentially they're getting a tax deduction that's coming, and some of that money is going back to the employee, okay, in the form of more money on their check, and then some of that is going back to the employer in the form of obviously paying less taxes. And so what's happening is the employer is making money, the employees are making money, and as a byproduct, they're both, or the employees are getting this benefit program, right? Correct. That is allowing them additional benefits for their healthcare, correct?
Yep.
And the reason, guys, that this is in place, like he said, is it's kind of more, it's meant to be more of a preventative measure. So it's meant to be like, hey, if the government invests in this type of program, hopefully, right, we can prevent.
Well, and it's not like they're even necessarily investing, because what's happening is they're just paying less in taxes, compliantly paying less. So it's not like with the IRS, they were issuing checks with the ERC, right? Like business owner would get a big green check in the mail. And this is not that, because every time that payroll is run, now they can see on their payroll report, hey, instead of paying 10,000 in taxes, you only pay 5, right?
Right.
So you're just legally reducing the amount. So it's not really like hitting the government all that much, if like per se. Again, it's not like the business owner is getting a check from the IRS every 2 weeks. It's just they're legally reducing their exposure. It would, here's a good way to, or analogy for everyone watching. So, if you make $1 million in the year and you have no tax deductions, you have no business expenses, let's say, you're going to have to owe your federal and federal and state tax rate on that million. Whereas if you took that $1 million and you invested into an investment property, real estate, there's specific tax provisions, tax code around real estate that allows you to, account for depreciation. So this is why when you look at someone like Donald Trump, he doesn't really pay anything in taxes, even though he's a quote unquote billionaire, because he's able to create massive depreciation on the real estate, but the real estate still creates cash flow and it's going up in value. So this is what, smart people take advantage of tax code. So with FICA taxes, think about this, FICA taxes, there is tax code within the Affordable Care Act that can be taken advantage of with a Section 125 program. So FICA taxes can be reduced through tax code in the Affordable Care Act. What unlocks that tax code is what you're seeing today.
Right. And guys, there are a few companies that do this. Okay. One of the things that's most important is, and I think this is the slide that you showed me when I first came on and started looking at this. There's a few companies that do it. One of the issues is those companies, these other companies, they do not have multiple programs. So like an inexpensive program, an expensive program, et cetera, to offer to the employees. But also, I think the most important thing for you and really for the employer is that in order for people to qualify to get this, to be a part of this program, they have to be what they call actively engaged. Okay. So think about it like this. I have 1 million people on my email list. When I send an email, 1 million people do not open it, right? Even if they are the ones that chose to sign up for it and it is free, they still don't open the emails, right? Only a percentage do. Well, as with everything in life, it's very hard to get a 100%, take rate on anything. So with these other programs, what they do is they have apps, like an app on your cell phone, and the employees have to engage with that app, watch a video, complete a quiz, whatever it is, at least once every week with that app in order to be considered engaged. It gives them, without going into super detail, it gives them a little code, and that code is what is used to verify that they're engaged. And then of course they get their deduction, and basically everybody involved gets all the benefits, right? What Encompassing Health has been able to do is they've been able to get their program designed around a monthly health coaching newsletter. So you can see where it's right there on the screen where the cursor is, where the mouse is. What that means is they've got this fully approved that once an employer signs up their employees, okay, so if you bring him a business and that business signs up and they have 1,000 employees, instead of you losing commissions on those employees every single month as more and more and more of them forget to engage with some app on their cell phone, the way that Encompassing Health has it set up is all they have to do is send a newsletter. And by receiving the newsletter, not opening it, but by being on the list and receiving the newsletter, it is considered actively engaged. So what this means
It's considered
is
health coaching. It's health coaching under Section 213D of the Affordable Care Act. And actually all of the benefits within the Encompassing Health program are, defined as medical care benefits, and are, if an employee engages in the virtual care or the free RX program or any benefit within Encompassing Health, that constitutes for a claim to be paid. So the newsletter, it can almost be like a fail-safe in a way. That's what the team at Innovative Health wanted the newsletter to be, because in a perfect world, they have 100% engagement with employees actually using the medical benefits. But we all know employees are not going to realistically engage in their health every single month. So the newsletter is the fail safe, but the team at Innovative Health is also actively trying to thicken the ice, if you will, from a compliance standpoint and get those employees really engaged in the medical care benefits. Because if for whatever reason in the future a regulatory agency looked at the books, if they saw that, hey, 40% of the customers or employees on the Encompassing Health program actually use the benefits on a monthly basis, like those are strong numbers. And then the newsletter is just extra, like the cherry on top is another form of medical care benefits. So the team, I've had multiple conversations specifically around this, Anthony, with the team at Innovative Health. Obviously, the newsletter system is fully approved, it's compliant, but they are taking extra steps to try to thicken that ice as much as possible, and beefing up those numbers of employee engagement.
Right. And here's why this matters to you guys. As with everything, I know that you're hearing this for the first time. You're like, wait a minute, employee engagement, newsletters, and this and that, and you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, it's over my head. This. But remember, you thought the same thing with ERC because there were so many intricacies to ERC, right? But then when it all boiled down to at the very end, once you kind of learned what those intricacies were, it really boiled down to a few things. Hey, did you have any employees during this period of time? Was your business affected at all during this period of time? Have you already filed for ERC benefit, or have you filed for PPC or PPP benefits or not, right? Like it was a very simple way to approach a business and then tell them, hey, you might possibly get some money. This will be simplified also, but we want you to understand the details, because what's going to happen is the same thing that happened with ERC. People are going to start seeing this more and more and more as we kind of expand and blow this up. And then you're going to have 52 different companies trying to come to you and tell you they can give you a better deal, right? They can pay you more money. Same thing they did to us with ERC. The difference is many of those ERC companies went out of business and never paid any of their affiliates, right? Whereas Bottom Line paid us. We didn't get paid as much of a commission, as high a commission as all these other people were offering us, but we actually got paid money because we went with a reputable company that did things right, and they had the money to pay you, right? Same thing with this. Encompassing Health is, like he said, it's backed by major companies, major insurance companies, which most of these others are not, and they do things right. So what's really beneficial for you is if you sign up 1,000 employees and you're getting paid $5 per employee, you're making $5,000 a month. But every single month, if those employees have to engage with some app on their cell phone, which is kind of out of sight, out of mind, and you only get 40% or 60% or 80% that engage, well, that's cutting what you're making, right, by tons of
And
money.
hey, one step further, Ant. So the first thing is the total employee conversion. So as you can see on the slide here, like the Champ plan has one plan option. Encompassing Health has 6. So an easy
Right.
way to describe this would be like, let's say I had 10 friends and I'm trying to fit all 10 of my friends in one car. There's no way I can fit, especially if it's a coupe, you got a
Mhm.
Lambo, ain't no 10 friends fitting in that Lambo. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
2 max, three maybe if you're lucky. So that's kind of like what's going on here. If you have one plan and if you have 100 employees on payroll, they can't all fit into this one plan option. Whereas with Encompassing Health, because there's more plans, it's like, all right, now you're squeezing 10 friends into 6 different cars. You can definitely do that. So you're going to have a much higher conversion rate of the total employee population, if you will, that's on payroll. So if there's 100 employees, maybe only 40 to 50 qualify for Champ, whereas you're going to see 85 to 95 qualify for Encompassing Health because there's more plan options. So that's where we're better right there. The second thing is on a monthly basis, we have the automated healthcare coaching, right, or the newsletter system that goes out. Then also anytime that the employees engage in a medical care benefit, that constitutes for a claim to be paid. Whereas these other, programs, they don't have an automated system. So there's going to be massive employee drop off. So, let's say you went from having 100 employees that were quote unquote eligible. Now you got 40. Now you only got 20 on a monthly basis. Whereas if 95 qualify for Encompassing Health, 95 stay on. You're not going to have to worry about that massive employee drop off, and you're getting paid commissions, which we didn't even really talk about, or I didn't go over. but you're earning that $5 per employee per month, right? So the key is to make sure that your employees or the employees of the business that you referred are staying on, because you don't want to make, $5,000 one month and then all of a sudden you're down to 1,000 the next month. That's not real residual income. Real residual income is consistent. So everything that the guys at Innovative Health have done from like a plan formulation side of things has been A plus. It is the best of the best, very forward thinking. And because they've been in the world of health insurance so long, like they knew all the pitfalls, right? They knew where the problems were, and that's why they developed this newsletter system.
Right. And that's the thing. It's how much money are you actually, you know, uh, putting in the bank, right? And that's the important part. It's how much are you guys actually getting? And I know we didn't go over the commissions, but basically the commission is for every employee that signs up, you get $5, right? $5 per month. Okay. So obviously this grows in perpetuity. And this is what I've been trying to tell you guys is think a little different each year and try to expand your knowledge, but also just your expectations. With a program like this, you're able to build upon what you did last month. With something like ERC, I always called it a little unicorn because you could go do one thing, and I think one person on here made $100,000 in one conversation, one deal, and that's awesome. And that's amazing, right? And there were millions of dollars made, but by the end of next year or the end of this year, that will kind of be it. Everyone will have been paid what they're owed, and the money train stops, right? What's different about this is it's in perpetuity, it's a continuity, and it's the work you do in January, you're still benefiting from in December. So it really is hey, the faster you get started, the more you're going to benefit in December or next year or 3 years from now or whatever from this. So it's compounding, and that's what gets exciting. That's when real businesses kind of explode and really become big, is when you can stack revenue on top of revenue, right? Instead of just having to start over at zero every month and go out and create more. So this is a different type of call it compensation plan than what you had with ERC, but this is something that I think you put in the work today and you can benefit from it for many years to come, right? Which I love. So in order to get paid, you have to be an affiliate, right? So what Logan's going to do is show you the inside of the affiliate portal. I'm going to give you guys a link to join this affiliate program, okay? When you sign up, this is what you'll actually see once you get enrolled. So he's going to kind of show you all the little things that are in here, and then we'll show you how to give a business an application, or basically how to sign a business up, right? But this is the basics of the inside of the affiliate program. You will notice this is much nicer, has a lot more features than what you saw with ERC, and that's just because Logan's team has gone in and built this out so that there's massive amounts of tracking in here. So feel free to kind of go through some of this, the basics of this, and what they'll see when they get in.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you send over your link, or when someone signs up through your link, they'll get access to a platform like you're seeing here. They'll have their own login. And within this affiliate dashboard, there are a few different tabs. We'll specifically focus on the home tab. So there's your information as the affiliate will be populated here. And then if you refer a client, meaning a business owner, an employer, their information will populate here. So you can see number of employees, and then the status. So as the team at Innovative Health goes through the process and engages with that business, and they take them from the presentation phase to the contract signing phase to the activation phase, you're going to see exactly where that client is at in the pipeline. So any deal that you refer will be tracked in real time. And then also, if you refer affiliates, they will be populated here as well in your referred affiliate section. And then your commissions from the deals that you're submitting, or your affiliate submitting deals, they will be populated here in real time. So you have two links that you can share. One is a business application link and the other is an affiliate application link. The business application link looks like this. So FICASave/Logan, right? And so on this page, there's a presentation video that explains what it is, how it works to the employer. There's some information. There's a little calculator at the bottom. So if I'm an employer and I've got 546 employees, I can see that I could save $382,000 per year. These are some of the companies that are already onboarded, so it immediately builds some trust. And so if I want to learn more as a business owner, I just click on apply now, and then it takes me to this questionnaire where I fill this out and I can immediately get booked in for a call with one of the team members at Innovative Health. So once the presentation is once the call is booked with one of the team members at Innovative Health, your job is done. Like all you did was you told the business owner, hey, or the decision maker at a company, CFO, COO, head of HR, whoever, someone that's a decision maker about this. They're like, wow, that sounds really interesting. You send them over your affiliate link. Then from there, they learned a little bit more with that presentation. They filled out the application. Now they're scheduled for a call. Your job is done. So the team at Innovative Health will then take over at that point. They'll jump on a presentation call with the business owner. They'll answer their questions in real time. And then the next step is, obviously the business is going to say, wow, this sounds great. Let's move forward. So at that point in time, the team at Innovative Health will send over a census that needs to be filled out. That census just has a few pieces of information that's needed to be inputted by the business. And then and it's things like employee ID, employee marital status, employee wages, just some basic things. And once they get that census filled out by the business owner, then they can create the Performa. And the Performa is just a custom savings calculation, like I showed you guys earlier over here, which is, like how many of the employees qualify out of the total payroll population, what the average savings is per employee. Like right here, you can see 760. On this one, you can see, what is it? The average savings per employee is 748, right? So all that data is shown to the business. And then from there, there's another call that takes place. So original presentation, census is passed over, Performa is then created, a Q&A going over the Performa, like, hey, this is how much you're going to save if you get onboarded to our program. The business owner says, yes, let's do it. They sign a contract, and that really wraps up, step 1 to 5, that wraps up the initiation phase. And the next phase is the integration phase. So the team at Innovative Health will talk to the payroll service provider that the business uses, whether it's Paychex, Paylocity, whoever. They'll do an API technology integration with them. That way a savings report can be generated every 2 weeks. Simultaneously, the team at Innovative Health will reach out to the employees that are on payroll and tell them about the new benefits that they're going to get access to. And then the program goes live. So this process, the integration phase, takes about 3 to 5 weeks. So let's going over this one more time. You got a 1 to 2 week process for the initiation phase, and you have a 3 to 5 week process for the integration phase. So realistically, 45 to 60 days is how long it takes to get a business activated on the program. And then, it's just a matter of time before you get paid. So an example would be, let's say that you're talking to a business this month, right? It's early January. If a business today, you introduce them, realistically by, early February, or mid-February, they could be onboarded to the program, let's say. And so then what happens is let's just say March 1st, the business goes live on the program. So the whole month of March would take place, and then you, as the affiliate, you're getting paid for the month of March on April 15th. And then, the whole month of April will go by, and then you would be paid on May 15th for the month of April. So there's a little bit of a lag time, but once you start getting paid your commissions, it's just every 30 days you're getting your commission. So ERC, I have clients, like I'm sure you do too, Anthony, where we filed ERC credits for them back in February of 2023, and we have no idea where that money is.
Right. Yeah.
This is light work, man. This is 2 to 3 months. We're getting paid, and it's just in perpetuity after that.
Yeah. There's there's no doubt about it. This is paid uh, more like a normal affiliate program, you know,
Mhm.
where you've got a slight delay in the commission getting basically locked, and then you get paid. I mean, this is very similar to Shopify's payout. This is very similar to even our payout, which is 45 days. This is about 60. So this is, and what's great is once the company is onboarded and active, it's every single month you're getting paid. And
Yep.
so then it's just every, you know, there's not massive delays. It's like whatever they made the previous month, you're getting paid by the 15th of the next month, you know, which
And it's
is,
reflexive to the upside and downside. But like the upside is amazing because let's say that you're onboarding some companies that are in growth mode and they go from having 100 employees on payroll to 500 employees on payroll. That means that your income 5x's on that one business. And it's kind of like you have equity in their business, which is even a crazier, like cooler thought, right? Like if I'm talking to a business, like one of my buddies, Julian, he brought in a business that had over 10,000 employees. And I was like, Julian, would you be able to get equity in this business if you approached them and said you wanted to invest? And he was like, absolutely not. They would never let me like invest in their company because they don't need me at all. But when you get them on this program and you're getting paid per employee that they have on payroll, that's essentially like having equity in their business. You know what I mean? So it's such a cool opportunity to where if it's a smaller company, you can provide them value, or if it's a large company, I mean, technically you could provide them even more value, right? So it doesn't matter which side of the spectrum they're on. If they're a small company, mid-sized company, large company, Fortune 100, Fortune 50, we'll take them all. As long as they have 10 W-2 employees on payroll, we're happy to service them.
makes sense. And and I think this is where the big opportunity is, guys. It's like almost every single business in America qualifies or
Yeah.
is potentially qualifying. And you're not going to run into, oh, I've heard that before. Oh, I've heard that before, from tons and tons and tons of businesses. Like you're just not going to run into that like you did with ERC. And again, ERC still mega profitable. But I mean, when you look at this number of employers and then you look at the number of employees, I mean, it's just these are staggering numbers, right? I mean,
Yeah, what
staggering.
you lack in skill, you'll make up for with timing.
Right.
Like so if something's saturated and like everyone's heard about it's hard to be successful. It's a lot easier to be successful when no one's heard about what you're talking like that. You find that sweet spot. So you don't want to be the first, but you don't want to be last. You want to be on more so like the beginning of the S curve, like right as that momentum's starting to tick up on the S curve. So that's where we're at right now. It's like we're not the test dummies here, or the clients that we're bringing on board are not the test dummies. We already have McDonald's, Marriott, IHG, Culver's, major companies that are onboarded to the program right now, but there are still millions and millions of
Yeah.
businesses across the US that don't know about this whatsoever, that are qualified, and they just need someone like you to bring it up. So realistically, this number like blew me away. There's less than or fewer than 15,000 businesses in the United States that are currently leveraging a Section 125 insurance program. Fewer than 15,000. So like imagine you have ERC with fewer than 15,000. That's the same opportunity, and it's going to take multiple years for it to get to a point like where it was as saturated as ERC. So I'm sure
Yeah.
if all of us, the last thing, if all of us were in ERC earlier, we all probably would have made a lot more money, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because the business owners we talked to, it's like, man, when I was talking to business owners about ERC, already like 6 out of 10 had heard of them, or heard of it. Whereas when you talk about this, you could talk to 100 employers, and I guarantee 99 out of the 100 have no idea what this is.
And one of the benefits of this, guys, one of the things that I thought about when I was kind of selecting, okay, what are we going to do next, and what makes the most sense, is that look, when I look at the reason codes for losing ERC deals, a lot of it was to competition, which makes sense. And that's not going to happen with this, or it would be very rare, right, that you run into somebody that's, well, I'm already on that, I'm already doing that, 15,000 businesses across the whole country. And then the second reason, though, that ERC deals would get lost was the business owner would get very scared of claiming free money, right? Because that's how it's presented as, at least all over the internet when they research it, right? When we present it, or when Bottom Line presented it, it's free money. They said it is a credit, right? But it got too out of hand with free money from the government. And of course, as you guys saw, lots and lots of people, took advantage of that program with fake LLCs and fake this and fake that. So the news media was showing that there was a lot of scams with the ERC program and even the PPP. And so business owners were scared. They were scared that they were doing something they shouldn't be doing, right? And anytime there's a program available that, somebody comes to you and says, you can get free money from the government, you always stop and question, wait a minute, nothing's free. And why would the government give money? All they're doing is taking money, right? Like they're very good at taking my money. They're not very good at giving me money. Here's the thing about this. This is presented as a tax break. Every business in America knows about tax breaks. They all know about tax code. They all know about tax savings and advantages, whether it be for, asset depreciation or things like this. So when it is presented as a program to give them a tax break and not just free money, that is something that is so much easier for them to comprehend and understand and go along with, without having to consult with 52 different people about whether or not it's legal. Because again, they understand that there are a lot of tax breaks that businesses can take advantage of if they actually know about them. And so when you present it in that manner, it feels more legitimate. It feels, even though ERC was completely legit, it was just kind of something that's never been seen before, never been done before, and people were kind of like, it's like the Wild Wild West, right? Whereas this is a more structured program. It's been around for a long time, and it is a tax benefit, right?
And there's no blowback, right? So like let's be honest. There are going to be certain cases where the IRS wants to claw back ERC money. I'm not saying that it's going to be. I have no idea what that's going to look like in the future. It could be very minimal, but it's going to happen. Let's just put it that way. It's going to happen. Whereas with this, it will not happen. And the reason why is because the tax code is black and white. It's not up for interpretation. It's if your employees engage in these medical care benefits, they get the claim payment $1,000 per month. With the pre-tax premium and the claim payment, those are the two things that create the FICA tax reduction for the business and the increase in pay for the employee. Very black and white. And there's the insurance carrier that's backing the program that is taking on the risk. So if, let's say, the IRS / Congress ever changed the tax code pertaining to the Affordable Care Act, and they were like, hey, actually, these FICA tax reductions that you got, we want that money back. That's where the insurance company that is underwriting and backing this program takes all of the liability. So they would be the ones paying that back if there was ever like an absolute worst case scenario. So, what business owners want to hear right now is it's compliant. It operates per IRS guidelines. There's no chance of you getting like audited or screwed over where you have to owe back any money. There's none of that. It's just purely, like Anthony said, a tax break that you can take advantage of. This is what smart business owners look for. They look for ways that they can increase their bottom line and not necessarily have to create a whole new profit center for their business.
Yep. So how many of you would like to go ahead and get enrolled in this program right now? Again, it's free. So, all right, good. I see lots and lots and lots of people saying yes in chat. I know you guys have been ready. We actually had a pre-enrollment form, and I'm sending out emails and text to all those people too, to let them get in as well. So here's what we're going to do. You all seen the inside of your affiliate panel. You've seen where to get the business application. Okay, that's that little link right there on the top left. It says business application. That's the one you're going to use to get businesses to book a phone call. Whether you send them that link or you click that link and then enter their information for them, if you're sitting down with them or whatever, like we've talked about, right? That's where you're going to get them to book a phone call, and then you're going to be able to track all of your referred clients and kind of the entire process that they go through here in your affiliate portal and in the panel. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the link to do this, and then what I'll probably do is I know that a lot of you are going to get started, you're going to get in, and you're going to have a million questions, right? So what I'll do is I'll lock down a time with Logan for maybe it's next Thursday or the next that he can come on live and do a Q&A with you guys to where it's like, okay, I'm in, I've got my business application link. Here's my question, here's what I'm finding. I went and talked to this business owner and that business owner, and here's the questions they asked me. Awesome. We'll do a couple of Q&As. We'll bring Logan on sometimes. Sometimes it'll just be me, and we'll make sure that we get all of this stuff locked out and locked down for you guys so that you can have some success with it. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab back the screen, Logan. Hold on.
And also too, real quick, before you grab that, you can see on this top left here, the join community.
Hold on. I took the screen already. Hold on. Let me try to see if I can give it back. See if your screen will share.
Yep, show my screen. So as you can see at the top left here, there's the join community button. This is a Telegram channel. So if you click that link, if you have the Telegram app downloaded on your phone, it will automatically route you into that Telegram community that we have. And within that Telegram community, we have hundreds of members that are all taking advantage of this opportunity. I mean, soon it's going to be, I think we actually may have over 1,000 people in that group now. And this is all like really ground floor. We were very strategic with like who we brought in first. And we said, hey, everyone only bring in like your all-stars. We don't necessarily want to bring in like, everyone, like keep it more exclusive. If you have 10 people in your network that you think would really do well with this opportunity, bring those 10. We can bring in the other thousands of people on social media later, but let's pile in everyone to this Telegram channel that we have here, and we can start answering questions, and we can put education in there and everything like that. So if you join the community, the Telegram community, there are people there that will help you. If you want to drop some questions in there, welcome, we're happy to welcome you into the community. And then also too, you'll see within the Telegram, there are they're called topics. They're like sub channels within the overall community group. And one of those is called the Academy. And within the Academy, there are videos, step-by-step videos that will teach you exactly how to talk about the program, how to share it properly. So I just wanted to, say it's like if you were looking for hey, what's my step one after I, sign up as an affiliate underneath Anthony's link, I would say join the community and start checking out the different sub channels in there, specifically the Academy, and also introduce yourself to our community. So that way, we can give you guys a warm welcome.
Yep. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Let me grab this back. So you guys, you have kind of some marching orders, right? Like, hey, here are the things we need to do. Now, all you need to do is go and sign up. So here's the link that I've got for you guys to go and sign up. I always use our Success Connection link. So it's go.dsc.com/FICA. Okay. So go.dsc.com/FICA. Now, we may close the enrollment down if it gets too out of hand. So you'll want to enroll tonight. Don't do it tomorrow. Don't wait till this weekend. Do it now, because if we completely implode their system like we did Bottom Lines, we'll have to have phases in which we let people in. You're in phase 1 because you're here, right? So you're here, you have a chance, you can get enrolled. Do not scream, holler, and cry at me if we close this down tomorrow morning and you can't get enrolled. And now all of a sudden you're in phase 2, and it's maybe a month from now or 3 weeks from now or 2 weeks from now. I don't know. We kind of overload people's systems. That's typical. And so we have to throttle it a little bit, right? So you're here, it's available for you. Everybody that's on here tonight with us live has got the opportunity to join this. So all you've got to do is go to this link. It's go.dsc.com/FICA. Get yourself enrolled. Go to our ERC group and let everybody know that you've gotten enrolled. Okay, so you can kind of see how many of the people in our group are actually doing this, right? It's like building communities, seeing that people in the community are doing it. This is smart. So go let everybody know you're doing it. And then next week, what we'll do is we'll have a Q&A that goes through all the little things that you may have questions about with this program right now. I want you to get enrolled, get your affiliate panel loaded, get your business application, and then start making a list and going and talking to businesses. The only way that you're going to figure out how to do this is to go do it. It's the same way with ERC. You can sit around all day and all night talking about how I need to know the answer to this. I need to know the answer to that. And I'm not sure about this. None of that really matters, right? There's a very basic premise to this. This is a Section 125 program. It is a tax savings for your business. It is going to save your employees money. It is going to save you money, and it is going to provide extra health care benefits to them. Would you like to talk to somebody about it? It costs you nothing. And that's really it, right? And we let the team that knows how to sell this and all the intricacies of this do the selling. You just need the elevator pitch, right? And we'll formulate that elevator pitch, we'll craft that elevator pitch, and we'll refine that elevator pitch so that it's very engaging and moves the needle for you, right? We'll make that happen over the next few weeks. So go to the link. It's go.vsc.com/FICA, okay? Get yourself enrolled right this minute. It's completely free. And then make sure that you get started, right? Make sure that you start referring businesses. Go to all the businesses that you talk to about ERC, right? And make it happen. And then next week, okay? So next week we'll do a FICA Save Q&A, and then we'll do a finding your first 10 businesses exercise. So I'm going to walk you through how to find your first 10 businesses to refer to this program, and then we will have a refined elevator pitch document that I'll provide to you. So basically what we'll do is we'll go through and we'll give you a refined pitch to walk into a business and say this, and it's kind of like your 30 seconds, right, to get them engaged. We'll have that pitch available for you to download, so you can put it on your phone, take it with your iPad, whatever, next week. Okay, so these are the things that are coming next week. This week you need to get enrolled. It's go.vsc.com/FICA. We'll leave this on the screen for just a minute. Logan, thanks for spending some time with me. I know we went double the time. We thought we were in 30 minutes. It's been an hour, but there's a lot of information here, lots of stuff that people need to know. And once we get everybody kind of in and moving, I'll bring you back on and we'll do a live Q&A to make sure we get all their questions answered so that they can actually move the needle and get deals done.
Yeah, for sure. I'm happy to spend the time and energy working with you and all the people in your community. This is what I envisioned when I built the technology, is forming these amazing relationships and helping people monetize the relationships that they've built in a wholesome and extremely beneficial way. It's not we're not selling some fugazi nonsense, with some tailwind risk. This is pure upside for all parties. A win for the employer, a win for their employees, a win for you as a referral partner. So I'm excited to run this up with you, Anthony, and every one of your community members. So thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for spending some time with us tonight. Guys, go to the link, get enrolled. It's go.vsc.com/FICA. Make sure you do it tonight. It may not be open tomorrow. We'll just have to see. I'll be texting with Logan a little bit later tonight and in the morning to see how we're doing in terms of the system and how many people are coming in and those types of things. So please do this now since you are on here. Make sure you get your spot saved and you get in here in this first round of enrollments. Next week, you can see on the screen what we're going to do. We're going to start this thing. The ball's going to start rolling. Don't be on the outside looking in. Don't be 3 and 4 months later down the road like some of you were with ERC. You missed out on tons of opportunity and tons of money. This is your chance to be in when we first start something and without the whole world doing it, right? So you really do have an opportunity to make this a big thing for yourself. If you engage, you pay attention, we can help you make 2024 an awesome year using this program, being integrated in this community, and finding ways for you to do things you probably never thought you would be doing, but that actually work and help people, right? They help, like you said, the employers, the employees, and you. And that's the big thing. It's a win-win-win, and I'm excited about it. So go to the link, go.vsc.com/FICA, and make sure that you are here next week. I want all of you to have a great weekend, a safe weekend, like I always say. Do a little something this weekend that other people are not doing. That is the name of the game. If you're an entrepreneur, you got to be doing something while everybody else is playing, right? You got to be running while they're walking. So do some work on this weekend. Make a list of businesses that you're going to go talk to next week. Have an agenda. Have goals, right? For next Friday, here's where I want to be. so that you can hold yourself accountable and meet those goals next week. That's how you're going to win as an entrepreneur, and that's how you're going to get ahead in this program. So do that this week, and I look forward to seeing you all here next week, same place, same time on the Success Connection. Take care, everybody. Good night.